Okay. That's a mess.
Oh, yeah.
We don't have to talk
Right,
about that. We are live. We're live, folks. The chat's live. We're here. We're actually here. I have new headphones, so it's all good.
Woo-hoo.
Now I'm before I was dealing with too much cord. Now I'm dealing with too little cord. So
That's what she said.
that's not what she said. That's what it is. Never had a problem with my cord. Anyway. Yeah.
Oh dear.
Sunday funnies, folks. Time to get rolling. We got the Nam to look at today, or the Nam. The Nam. Mchael Golden. Great Mchael Golden artwork. Yeah, we'll run the opening. We'll get rolling here. There we are, right there. One of these days, we'll have to take on the challenge of actually looking at Omaha the Cat Dancer here live. That'll be a lot of little black boxes.
With YouTube, would you get away with doing a sort of an X-rated thing, with Serpieri on and Robert Crumb and what's he called, Den, Richard Corden, is it?
I've been watching a underground comics channel here on YouTube and watching the stuff that they're showing. And I'm like, how come they don't get struck for that? Because they're showing, it's all art. Technically, we should be able to get away with it. But, one person goes, I seen a boobie, and everybody gets bent out of shape. So, but like with Arzak's still there. So it's all good. Arzak had a couple of
boobies,
little bits, and
it's pathetic, isn't it?
Nita wasn't worried about it at all. I warned her. I said, well, I didn't look through the book before I showed it. And she said, don't worry about it. If they don't like it, they'll take it down. So
there you go.
That's what it is. It is what it is. It's art, though. Come on in, folks. We appreciate you being here this morning. I am your host, Randy Zimmerman. You can find my work over at arrowcomics.store. You can find a wide variety of different books, including The Shadow Kingdom, over there for a limited time yet, as the last couple of copies. I don't have any copies of this book left for me to sell. None. I've got the black and white book. I've got 3 copies of that. And I just got my hardbacks Monday or Tuesday.
Oh, right. Cool.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Is the black and white in hardback as well?
No, the black and white's a trade paperback. It's about the same size as the Marvel graphic novel books.
Yeah, it's like magazine size, isn't it?
A4, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great. It's good. The gray tones on it are solid. The story is all there, and it's just fantastic. It doesn't have all of the information that's in this book, though, or that's in the hardcover. So if you want that in hardcover, it's only $39.99. And you can find it over at Amazon, Barnes & Noble, criticalblast.com. Any bookstore that orders through the Ingram system should be able to get a hold of that book. And believe me, it's great. It's Sword and Sorcery. It's a great public domain story by Robert E. Howard. You won't regret having it. It's a good read. Other than that, there's a lot of other stuff available over at arrowcomics.store. So go over there and take a look. And real happy to be here. Also here with me this morning is Mr. Glenn Fleming. Glenn, introduce yourself, please.
Yeah, hi everybody. My name's Glenn Fleming. I'm a writer, artist, and publisher. If you go over to Amazon, you'll be able to get my book about Jack Kirby when I went to see him a couple of times in his home in California. And there's also a DVD, a part of the conversation that you can get via me. If you get in touch with me, you can get that it's about 2 hours long, I think. I also publish Comics Unlimited, which is a 100-page magazine about comics. It features articles and interviews and kind of thing, and both Russ and Randy have been interviewed in this magazine. And if you go to Fund My Comic, you'll be able to pick up a copy of my Hatch character annotated book, which details his origin, and it has lots of unpublished and published work that you can see in there, pencil work and all black and white, all kinds of stuff. So Fund My Comic go and see that. Otherwise, just Google my name and you'll find stuff.
Excellent. Also joining us this morning is Mr. Russ Leach. Russ, introduce yourself, please.
Hey, my name is Russ Leach. I am a comic book artist from the UK. Currently working on the Atlantean issue 2. That's a continuation of the Cole story, the Shadow Kingdom that Randy was telling you about. If you want to find out more about that, go to russleach.com, sign up for the email list there, or you can just contact me on the social medias. All the connections are there. Just go to russleach.com.
All right. Matt Black Gaming's in the house. Matt, happy to see you here. Afternoon all. We didn't you don't know what it is like. You weren't there. No. Did you serve in NAM, Randy? No, I did not. Sorry, I was a little young for that at the time. So still in school.
No, 19.
Yeah. Matt Black, were you there? Always interested in that. This is this book has been praised for its accuracy as well as the quality of work. So we'll go through it. The great Mchael Golden. This is the first 6 issues, I believe, collected together.
Yeah, the thing that stood out for me in this particular series was the accuracy of the weapons and things. I think Mchael Golden, I think I read an interview with him where he made a positive step to do that. He wanted the hardware to be accurate.
Oh yeah. Well, it's just like those two-fisted tales that we were looking at. That's all part of the story, is the authenticity. Great cover there. Matt says, one of the lucky ones, LOL, no. Says, I'm from the UK, although I served in the RN. All right. Says, I'm only 47. Okay, Matt. Only.
Young boy.
That's a great looking cover. Yes, sometimes simplicity is the key.
Yeah.
That's what it is. All of that detail. Beautiful yellow.
Yeah, I'd say the bright colours of the basic colours, they kind of still are they're illustrative of the times as well.
It's also I see it as depicting the American flag as well, with the red stripes and the blue square.
Yeah.
But I might be wrong.
And that's all the praise we'll probably have for the color for this issue. Because
let's see that some of them drawings.
This puppy colored back in the
look.
No colors. 1987, the volume was put together. But I think the original copyright on this is earlier than that.
Is it 84? Is it 85?
Could be 84, 85. It's back when Marvel colored everything with these garish plastic plates. So sometimes you got good color and sometimes you didn't. So there's some pretty garish coloring. That's a nice cover, though.
Claymore mine.
There's your red stripes and your yellow background for South Vietnam.
Yeah, maybe that's the South Vietnamese flag.
Yeah, sure it is. Yeah, you get a couple of pages explaining equipment here. NAM notes. The different ranks and the claymores. And again, a variation of that theme here for the window box there.
That sergeant there.
Yeah.
That fence reminds me of the fence in Watchmen.
Yeah.
Where he goes in to see Dr. Manhattan, doesn't he? Oh,
yeah. Chain link fence. Again, the great Mchael Golden here. He's one of those real stylized people. He's got a cartoony look, but he's got an eye and attention for detail. So
Yeah, just saying before about that interview, he did the cartoony look for the characters to make it like a comic, but kept the hardware and stuff real. It does make it very effective later on, as we'll see.
Yeah, some of those images you see with the characterizations on the faces, but everything else appears all very realistic.
Yeah.
It's got an Eisner feel to it.
yeah, it does.
Oh, look at that sergeant and his big mouth and
great,
square jaw. Yeah.
Here too.
That sergeant looks a bit like what's he called in the Beano?
Dan Dare.
Desperate
Dan.
Desperate Dan, yeah, with his cow horn pie.
Yeah.
Is that Desperate Dan?
Desperate Dan.
That says that is a great looking cover. It says, yeah, U.S. flag with the air cavalry yellow background, maybe. No, the South Vietnamese flag. More than likely. Looks like they came down in the crap, huh?
Yeah, it is a South Vietnamese flag. Yellow background, three red bands on it.
Yeah. It's brilliant up there. The way they look, that guy looking out the window.
Yeah, the colouring's good as well, isn't it? That blue's great. And the way the light's coming through, that's great.
The printing on the coloring is what really hurts it. I think their printing process at this point was just really bad for color. But yeah, that works really well, doesn't it?
It's great, isn't it?
Oh, it's blowing a gale out there.
Yeah, it's calmed down a bit here.
Is it?
You guys are in for some snow, huh?
We had some snow last week, just not much for just a few minutes, but over the weekend it's the back end of is it Storm Bert? It's been raining all night, but it's not raining now.
Mitch, welcome aboard.
Hey, good morning.
Hi, Mitch.
Hi, Mitch.
Hey, how's it going? I was actually up and ready at 9 o'clock, but I kept having computer problems.
Oh boy, that's not good. Let's hope that doesn't continue on. You seem real good now.
Thank you. The video's on a little lag. I might turn it off here in a little bit if it continues, but
it's all right. We're going to focus on the comic anyway, so do what you need. Your audio is more important than your camera right now anyway. Go ahead.
And underneath that plane on the page there, it's pinky colour, the lighting underneath on the other side, on the other page, middle panel.
Okay. Yeah. Michael Golden. He was just at the Grand Rapids Con. I should have had him sign the book.
Yeah.
I didn't even see him the whole show. I didn't look for his table.
Look at that guy there, the second page, bottom left. It was like Mike Tyson with those gold teeth.
Yeah.
Very Eisner looking though, right there.
Yeah. Yeah. But again, we can see the hardware is realistic, like that troop carrier, whatever it is, and the blue and all that stuff below it, and the helicopter.
Mm-hmm. It's a great shot.
Who's written this again?
This is Doug Murray.
Doug Murray, that was it.
Doug Murray, inked by Armando Gill. Armando.
Yeah, it's very good. It's as we said, the people are in cartoony form and the hardware is real. That's really good effect.
Yeah, Golden's just amazing.
What's he doing now, Michael Golden?
I'm not sure what he's doing now. He might just be doing commissions. And I haven't seen him do a lot of sequential work lately. Hopefully he's still working. Rice field there. Is it? Or at least a river.
Yeah.
Still with us, Mitch?
Yep.
Right.
Just marveling at the artwork.
Yeah. Nice tight shot here. See who did the coloring work on this. It doesn't say. Nope. Coloring pencils, coloring. Michael Golden. Golden colored his own work here.
That's good.
Yeah. Is camera all right? Looks a little fuzzy.
It's a bit fuzzy, yeah. It's not sharp. It's not too bad, but it's not sharp.
Now it's worse.
Just the same to me.
We'll have it refocus. That looks better. A lot of solids. Not worried about a lot of tones except for severe lighting. So yeah.
Yeah. I think that's
Like
we said this before, that's partly to do with the printing process back then, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
You know, I mean, if he's doing if he's doing these on with mechanical tints or whatever he's doing, I don't know.
I'd like to have seen just the line work for this.
Yes,
Yeah.
black and white.
I know we say that a lot, but
yeah, we say that a lot. It's a nice panel here.
Yeah, that's a great panel at the bottom where he's shouting cover. The fact that it's suddenly gone to red because there's danger.
Mm-hmm.
A great shot of him firing that weapon there.
Yeah.
At the bottom. Yeah, that's fantastic.
It's great. Couple of great establishing shots there along the bottom.
Mm. Yeah, I think in a story like this, the background just says needs paying attention to, because it's not the sort of stuff we're used to seeing, is it?
Right.
It's a different place, if you understand what I mean.
Yeah. Couple of great shots there. No panel border to speak of. There's a little one right there. It's pretty open.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it?
Yeah,
in the open panel.
Works well.
Yeah.
9-panel grid. Look at that.
See, people like Michael Golden clearly know what they're doing, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
You know, they can draw, but they know how to present it as well.
Yeah, and this is well into his career. He did Micronauts before this.
Yeah. Again, look at that bottom panel in the red where he's firing. It really stands out. It really stands out, and the whole spread jumps out at you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's also not in a strict 9-panel grid, because if you look at the top row, it's a little off. The panel borders are a little off, and to me, that
Yes.
just makes it look more organic instead of
Yes, just a set grid.
rigid.
Yeah. Thin borders too. Thin gutters.
Yeah, he's using all the space he can, isn't he?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Look at that. The way that dust is being whipped up by those rotor blades. Seen that a million times, haven't we? Really clever.
Oh man, look at that top panel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like a screenshot. Almost looks like a screenshot from Apocalypse Now or Platoon or something.
Oh
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
It's great the way he uses the color for the mood.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't know the. It's possible to ask him. Did he request to color it, or was he asked to color it? Because if he's drawing it, he knows the mood he wants to convey with the color.
Well, they gave it to another inker, so he didn't ask to do everything on it.
And it'd be great if he'd inked it as well, wouldn't it?
Would have been interesting, but I don't know how much more improved it could be on this. I think he did a great job with the ink.
Yeah.
This is very Eisner here. It just really looks like it to me.
And it's not too wordy either.
Yeah.
You've got, apart from a couple of occasions, you've got one word balloon in each panel.
Yeah.
Wow, look at that. I'm going to have to get this out again and read it. It looks good.
That is like
It's
Apocalypse
good,
Now, though, especially that second page with the mood and the lighting.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
See that sequence at the bottom on the right.
Yeah.
I like the lighting because it would be really easy to just fill the whole thing in one color, but they've just got those whiteouts on one side to show how bright the light is. That's very clever.
This is, I see different here. I just have to get used to that. Charlie don't get no R&R. That's it for the first issue.
Wow, look at that. Fantastic. The way he's
Looks
holding
like-
that ammunition belt.
Yeah. I was going to say it looks like a two-fisted tail cover right there.
Yeah. It does, yeah.
Dust
Wouldn't be
off.
surprised if it was actually inspired by the look and
Yes,
feel of
yeah.
Fisted
Oh, I'm
Tales.
sure. Yeah.
Because
And the lighting
Golden would
and
have been of
everything.
that generation.
Yeah.
Dust off. Wow,
Again at night here.
that's great, isn't it?
Yeah. A little bit of extra tone here.
Getting Platoon vibes of this one when Charlie Sheen, when that guy falls asleep and and he's under his hood. Remember that bit?
It's been a long, long time since I've seen that movie. We cut to a two-page or two-panel page here.
Yeah. Fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah.
Caught with the claymores, eh? Not good.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's the cover right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And look at that guy's face. That's got a lot of expression to it.
And it's got no rat-a-tat-tat-tat and boom.
No. At this point, they might have thought it would take away from the subject matter to add sound effects, the seriousness of the subject.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Because normally it would have a couple of zwees, wouldn't it, when the bullets were going over the head?
A couple of zits, yeah. Pew pews. Green beret here.
There should be museums, with all this stuff in a line that you can start at one end and walk around, take as long as you want looking at it. All nicely framed, all in the same size, all at sort of chest height, or a bit higher, just so so you can just look at it.
Mm-hmm. Back to fuzzy again, it looks like.
Yeah, it's a bit.
It's not good. Make it refocus here. Nope, I'm just not getting it. Come on. Weird.
I think it's great the way he does the lighting, because from what I've not been to Vietnam, but it just seemed to be a strangely lit place. I don't know.
Yeah.
How long did this series last?
Quite a few years. Is that any better? I'm not going to play with it.
Slightly
Say
better.
no. It looks like it's still adjusting. Looks a bit better here.
Yeah, it's a bit better.
There's that guy with the gold teeth again.
Yeah. Mike Tyson's brother.
Yeah. There was a couple of different artists that came on to the NAM. I remember Don Lomax being on it for quite a while, doing some great stuff.
Was it created by Mike Golden and Doug?
I think Doug Murray's the main focus or the main creator of it.
Because I was just wondering if
Sorry, folks.
why did they move on from it? I guess to do other things, but
I'm not sure that Murray moved on from it. I know Golden probably wanted to go on to do other stuff. Sarah's in the house. Happy to see you here, Sarah.
Sarah.
She says morning. Morning. I wonder how the realism from the artist could set off flashbacks from people who were in the war. It's so well done. Just a curiosity. Amazing. Says then again, they could flip through it before buying it to know, but amazing in how realistic it looks. Yeah.
Yep.
And Glenn, yeah.
Sarah.
Color changes for the mood is so good. I bet not being wordy like many other comics in this case looks looks better than more. So great.
Yep.
She says, yes, with the seriousness of the subject, you can see it in the art, in the facial expressions, etc. A lot done without a lot of words. And when it was going on too, I bet that's just adds to the realism. Yeah. I don't know how long Golden stayed on this, but I do believe it's his largest body of work on one title.
Right. A minesweeper, isn't it? That tank thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yo, I love the character designs.
Yeah. That on that middle panel there, that M16 looks quite heavy, doesn't it? In his lap.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's missed it.
Yeah.
Missed it. Boom. Brilliant. Stand behind the minesweeper and get blown up by a mine when it's passed. Brilliant.
You can only catch so much.
Well, you just put rollers along all of it, don't you?
Nice. They're squeezed between the sets of rollers there. That's how they missed it. It's bad luck. That guy.
I think if the Americans learned anything off this war, it's the fact that just because you've got a lot of guns and a lot of tanks doesn't mean you can destroy the will of the people. Because those Viet Cong guys were everywhere, weren't they? They never saw them half the time. They weren't like a regular army. I know there was no Vietnamese army there, but those Viet Cong guys are guerrilla warfare, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they fought dirty too.
Yeah, they fought because it was their land, wasn't it?
Yeah.
All the GIs there didn't want to be there, 10,000 miles from home, and the guy they were trying to catch, it was his land.
Yeah.
So
folks, we're real happy you joined us live this morning. Our numbers are real big, so if you can, hit that like button over there if you enjoy this work. We deeply appreciate you being here. We deeply appreciate you being here live.
I saw an interview with a former, excuse me, Viet Cong sergeant or whatever they are, and he was saying how the American soldiers would be eating steaks and having barbecues and drinking beer, and they'd be watching them from the jungle with all this food and all this stuff and food. And he said we'd be lucky if we had a dead rat to eat during the week, Otherwise, it was just rice.
Wow.
Cool. It's still a bit fuzzy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's that standing on the panel
Well, that's
thing
better.
again.
Getting kind of a moire pattern off of it on my
Mm.
monitor.
Yes. Yeah.
And it might be the printing, the way it's printed, and it's hitting that camera. Gonna have to start looking at some floppy books that'll lay down better instead of these thicker volumes with the bigger spines. You have to fight with them. This beautiful style work here, though, on these faces is fantastic.
I like the way that black guy, that sergeant, whatever he is, he's always got the red background, like he's dangerous again.
Yeah.
Like on the previous page, he does the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's like, don't mess with me because I'm dangerous. So he's staff sergeant or something.
Yeah, he's the man in power. That's for sure.
He's the man in power and he doesn't like you.
Mm-hmm. Like that face.
Great silent panel, that's, isn't it? Where he's just drawing the cigarette and he's just looking at him at the top.
Tension. Yeah.
Yeah, all these characters have those really thick eyebrows that kind of remind you of Todd McFarlane a little bit.
A little bit of Art Adams in there too.
What do you mean? Do you mean
No.
Todd McFarlane's real face or these ones he draws?
The ones he draws.
Yeah, the ones he draws. He has this knack of drawing like really thick eyebrows on guys. It's usually like the tougher they are, the thicker their eyebrows are. If you look.
Yeah.
Everybody has their own visual cues that they use. Issue 3, what a cover. Thought that was a charred skeleton back there for a second. Three-day pass.
It's raining as well.
Yeah. Let me see if he's still doing the colors on this. Nope, just the pencils. Colorist is Phil Felix. Armando is still doing the ink work.
So he's not coloring this one then?
No.
You know, it says Larry Harmer, editor. I think Larry Harmer served in Vietnam, didn't he?
I am not sure. I'm next to positive he had some sort of military background. Yeah,
I think that's why he was editor. I think. I'm not sure.
Okay. Very
also,
likely.
Hadn't he also done G.I. Joe by then as well?
I don't know.
It's right around the same time, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
When did this series come out? Was it during the war or
No,
sometime
no.
after?
About
Oh no, it's
1985.
just 87. Yeah.
Oh, okay, so
85.
it's been a while.
Yeah. 10 or 12 years since America was in it.
Yeah.
I would imagine though, 10 or 12 years after, it was still pretty raw.
Well, yeah, and it had such a rough ending. You know, especially with the POW situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't your former vice president one of them? What's he called? He died recently. McLeod.
McCain.
McCain, yeah.
McCain.
He was
Yeah.
He wasn't a vice
McCain was a
president. He was
POW.
a candidate.
Right. He was shot down, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He was prisoner of war for a while. Yeah.
The sad part is we never got all of them. We kind of gave up. So there's probably still some, if they're still alive. You know.
Let's send Chuck Norris over there again.
That's right. Get Rambo on it.
Yeah. Chuck Norris and Sylvester.
They'll do it.
Yeah, Chuck Norris once skipped 2 days of school, and now we call those days the weekend.
Yeah, they have I saw a trailer for a movie a day or so ago with Statham as the star. And they were
Jason
making
Statham, yeah.
He's great.
Huh?
Jason
Yeah.
Statham, yeah.
Jason Statham. And they were making a big deal that it was adapted by Sylvester Stallone. That it was a property that he had found, and I guess decided it needed a different actor than him on it.
Well, he's getting on a bit, isn't he, Sly?
Yeah, but you don't see him writing very often, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, last movie I saw him in
cool.
was a few years ago. It was a superhero movie.
Oh, that one on Netflix.
Yeah.
It was on Amazon. It was
Amazon
Guardian or something. He was like a retired superhero, and this kid kind of realizes who he is and tries to get him back in the game.
Right.
Except he was the bad guy.
Yeah. Oh, well, thanks for giving the twist away.
You've seen it, haven't you?
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, no, that's all right then. I don't care about everyone else, mate.
Okay, yeah.
Well, his latest gig has been Tulsa King, a TV series
King,
on Paramount, where he plays a mafioso who ends up being shipped to Tulsa to run it. Yeah,
that superhero one, I really enjoyed that. I thought it was really good.
It was a good redemption story too.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah.
Just saying about Larry Harmer. It said he served in Vietnam, 69 to 71,
right,
where he became a firearms and explosive ordnance expert. And it said Harmer's experiences in Vietnam informed his editing of the 1986-93 series The Nam.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. 18th Brigade of the United States Army Corps of Engineers.
Some real world knowledge.
So he would know what he was talking about.
Yeah. Just absolutely. Like, all the greats.
Yep.
That's nice.
Samaritan was that movie, not Guardian.
Samaritan. That's it. Yeah.
Oh, they've gone into long time mode, haven't they?
Again, great characterization on the faces. Yeah.
You could see a lot of the Eisner influence there.
Yeah, there's a lot in
very
there.
much so. Yeah.
Oof, boom. Oh, yeah.
There you go. A couple of ladies there. little bit more serious face there.
Mm.
Man, he's just been blown up, hasn't he?
That's true. Yeah. And we're back to the cartooning once they get to the nightclub there.
I wonder if that's significant as well with the colour in there. Look at the ladies; they're red. They've got red behind them.
Might be.
Danger, you know.
Yeah. Yep.
And then that picture there next to those ladies in the middle panel looks like Willem Dafoe, doesn't it? Where your hand is now. Looks like Willem Dafoe.
Does a little, yeah. Them heavy eyebrows again.
Yeah.
It's an interesting panel there. The girl sitting on his lap.
Yeah. Interesting colouring.
Yeah.
Has he just got rubbed? Has he got whacked on the head?
Looks like it. Yeah.
So it's just she set him up.
You get sapped. They were going to roll you. Maybe kill you too. Stopped him from being taken.
Yeah. There's Martin Sheen in Apocalypse Now at the bottom there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
really.
at the beginning. Yeah. I was talking with a few friends about Vietnam War movies, and we came to the realization that every Vietnam War movie has to have CCR's Fortunate Son in it somewhere.
Yeah.
That big panel's very Steranko, isn't it? Of the dream.
Mm-hmm. I like how it's off kilter on the page too.
Yeah. It looks like Madame Hydra, doesn't it? Steranko's Madame Hydra with a haircut.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we apologize for the science, people. We're just
Just-
or the silence. We're just marveling at the artwork.
Yep,
Yeah.
staring at the art. Chat's open, by the way, folks. We're live. So Their hotel took a hit. This is interesting how showing action by drawing the face out of the panel,
Yeah.
you know, or the inside the panel, but not the whole face.
It gives it a sense of urgency, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It's like he's moving.
Yeah, that's equivalent to what it's doing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Creating movement.
Whoa, look at that face on the bottom right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything that happens to this guy has nothing to do with being shot at, does it? It's always
No.
something else.
Yep. Oh, sorry, folks. Small earthquake here. Fuzzy again. Really fuzzy. Come on.
Oh dear. It's playing up today.
It is.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
Just took its time.
I read a book about some experiences in Vietnam with the American troops, and one guy said there was a guy who trained with on Paris Island. Was that the Marine Corps, Paris Island? And they did 6 months training, and then they went to Vietnam. And they landed, but they got to the camp, wherever it was. And then they were going out on patrol. It was the first time they'd been out of sort of US held territory, if you see what I mean. And they went out the perimeter fence, past the fences, past minefields and things like that, into the jungle. And they got into the jungle by about 2 feet. And it was the guy who was talking, it was his friend's 19th birthday, right? He was standing next to him. They was going into the jungle. And a snake dropped down through this guy's collar, down his back, and bit him, and he died. So he died on it. So he trained for 6 months to be a Marine, went 10,000 miles, was there on his 19th birthday, and a snake killed him before he'd even got in the jungle.
God.
Wow.
Jungles are just those places. I heard a spooky story about Vietnam. There are apparently in Vietnam, I couldn't tell you this is true. It's just a spooky story. They were testing the very early technology for nighttime vision,
Mm-hmm.
and it had slightly different technology to it. It's been perfected now, but apparently they were sending the troops up into the helicopters, and some of these people that were testing it were coming back mad, and the story broke that apparently they were seeing flying monsters while they were flying through the skies above Vietnam with their goggles on. They put their goggles on and surrounding them with these
Could that be
creatures.
Recreational substances?
I don't know, but
MK Ultra was going on at this time,
yeah.
so yeah.
But it's a spooky
they were playing
story.
with all sorts of stuff.
It is a spooky story.
Yeah, sounds like something out of Lovecraft almost.
Yeah, it's that kind of thing. Yeah, like creatures that you can't see, feeding on the chaos and death around them. Yeah, it's quite a spooky story.
Yeah. There's a lot of spooky stories like that from particularly Vietnam and World War II.
Hmm.
Gremlins. Yep.
Yeah, there's also there's a story about a like a bunker in a town hall that the Nazis had taken over. I can't remember the name of it. It was in France, and they built a bunker. And after the war, that the Allies went in there and found all these statues of pagan gods and all this. I mean, it could be fake, but still, it's just imagine this huge subterranean bunker with a bunch of horrific statues and altars and stuff.
Well, that was a big push by the Germans for supernatural and pagan and Satanistic stuff.
Yeah, they're into the occult, weren't they, and all that.
Yeah.
Himmler was huge into it.
Yeah, there was a society, wasn't there? I can't remember.
Society.
Yeah, that's right. And they claimed to be getting information from aliens.
Was it Thule and all those people?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh dear. It's like the Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Okay, so my girlfriend's a dog.
We're being fed the truth through film.
Yeah.
Like Close Encounters.
Okay, so this guy's a sailor. He's in New York. We get him laid, we'll be fine.
Yeah.
It's Miller time.
Yeah. Well, she was hovering 3 feet over the bed.
It's Tyson again.
Quite possibly the best comedy ever. There
Yeah.
you go.
Yeah, I still laugh every time that Ernie Hudson's character shows up.
Yeah.
It says, "Do you believe in ghosts, demons, aliens, and all this stuff?" And he goes, "If there's money in it, I'll believe anything."
I'll believe anything you want me to believe.
Yeah.
It's just such a great film.
Sigourney Weaver.
Yeah, too.
At her sullen best, I would suggest.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And they were saying most of Rick Moranis' lines were all ad-libbed.
Oh, he was great. Yeah.
You know who was
That's how good he
supposed to
was.
have gotten that job, right? As the neighbor.
Is that John
Lewis?
Candy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was the part was written for him, and I think he couldn't make the filming or something. And he's the person who actually recommended Rick Moranis for the role.
Yeah.
John Candy. Wow.
Yeah. I miss him every time I see a movie with him in it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He was good in JFK as a serious part.
Most comedians are great serious actors, so
Yeah.
they just don't do it because comedy's much more fun. Another great cover.
There he is again.
Guy looks like Jerry Lewis.
Yeah.
In that middle, the middle row.
Oh, here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That Tyson guy with those teeth looks like King Kong, doesn't it? You know, and King Kong picks that girl up and he smiles.
Mm-hmm.
He's got this really odd row of teeth. I'm not saying that because he's a black man. I'm saying it because he's got those teeth.
Yeah. He's a bruiser, though.
And the guy, the hero at the bottom right, it looks like Woody, doesn't he? Of Toy Story.
Wide-eyed still.
Yeah.
There's a snake in my boot.
Another set of great caricature faces here as well. That's a nice one.
Yeah. If y'all were wondering what that whining is, my dog wants to go outside and play. And
This
that
black guy,
rolling
his
helicopter.
character is really great, isn't he?
Mhm.
The facial expressions he gets on him is really good.
Another couple of great pages there. Nobody's saying anything. We're moving along.
Yeah, it's just really great stuff.
Yeah.
It's such a
Yeah.
brilliant combination of cartoony and realistic.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's one thing I
think-
kind of
Go ahead.
noticed. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Mitch.
No, go ahead.
That like when it comes to especially comic book art, you can have the characters as cartoony and exaggerated as you want, but you kind of have to keep the vehicles and the buildings and all that as realistic looking as possible, because if you don't, just that one thing will throw off the realism of the whole piece.
Mhm.
The characters could have mouths, when they're yelling or something, mouths take up half their head, and like exaggerated positions that the human body can't do naturally, but it seems believable if you have like realistic machinery in it.
Yeah.
It's also like it's accentuating the acting aspect of it. The characterization is just really clever.
Mm.
If you don't have these things in your work, then you might as well have a photo comic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the point. That's when you hear people talk about, oh, let's have an AI comic. It's like, no, because AI is obvious. What it'll try and do eventually, this is the way technical aspects work, is it's looking for perfection. And we've had this conversation before. Comic books aren't about perfection. They're about heart and telling stories.
Yeah.
It's
That's why photo comic strips are so god awful and boring.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like silent movies from back in the day. Like they kind of had to exaggerate their posture and emotions just to get the the point across, because all they were working off of was visual with
Right.
text that would kind of come in between the cuts.
Mm-hmm.
Silent movies prove that you don't need dialogue.
No. Oh,
Too true.
no, they don't.
I didn't think anybody was talking there until I moved my mouse. Yes, it's being more lit up. It was a lot of jungle, maybe some clearing or something. Sarah says, Chris is in the house. Hello, everyone. Hello, Chris. Hope you're doing all right.
Hey, Chris.
Sarah says, that is brilliant. My uncle still has a bullet in him from this war, a bit of shrapnel as well. They were in places that they had to leave it there. Yeah. Probably sets off all the metal detectors whenever he goes through one too. I wonder what they would have considered a stake as they saw it. Yeah, Matt Black says, what year would this have been? Early, mid, or late war? Not sure. It's been a long time since I've read.
It was mid. I'd say it was the late 60s.
Mid-war?
Because of the weapons that they've got. They didn't have M16s to start with in 64, but they got that in 66, I think, an M16. I might be wrong.
Matt says, and John Wayne. Yeah. The three of them would have ended that war in a week. LOL. Sly, Wayne, and Morris. Yeah. Norris, I should say. Norris. Chuck Norris. Ooh, I love Jason Statham. My kind of ooh la la acting. Yeah.
He should have been
Red
James
dresses.
Bond.
Yeah. I've been watching the Tulsa King show that he stars in. Me and Mom have been enjoying it so far.
I need to start watching that.
I watched it like that. The last episode of the first season, though, was 36 minutes long. and you could tell they had run out of not just budget but script at the same time, and they weren't positive what they were going to do with it. I haven't seen any of the second season though. I hope they made up for it, but they were running real well there for most of that season. So, spoilers, Russ. Dang it. Yeah. Red Dress Press. The wife loves that. Yeah. Matt Black says he was in The Beekeeper, last movie of his in the theater. Yeah. Yep. They referenced the Beekeeper. This other movie's coming out in January, I think it is.
Yeah, I was quite average. There's some good action in it. But he's getting on now.
Statham?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's just a couple of years younger than me.
Yeah,
Does
yeah.
that
He's
mean
one of
he's
those
getting
rare
on?
actors. Yeah.
What?
He's one of those rare actors that can do like a dumb action movie like Crank,
Yeah.
and then
Mhm.
go and do a like kind of a goofball but serious movie by Guy Ritchie. He's very versatile.
Yeah.
That sums up every Guy Ritchie movie I think I've seen. Not to say they're not entertaining, they are. But what's that series we
Yeah.
watched? There was a series he did that was on Netflix, I think it was. It was really good.
Right. That narrows it down.
Anyway, yeah. That narrows it way down.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
I couldn't tell you
always
what
try to
the name
watch
of
a Guy Ritchie movie every time they come out because, I mean, he's very entertaining as a director.
Yeah. Yeah, you're in the flowers of escapist entertainment. Yeah. No matter what he does or how outlandish it is. Get that. Some motion working there. It's jungle.
Again, by a dumb action movie I meant earlier, not that the movies themselves are dumb, but they're just, pure escapism.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the stuff I like.
You got to have those every once in a while, though. Your John Wicks and your Nobody and that kind of film, just a brain check.
Yeah. Oh, they're coming out with the second Nobody too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
Heard
know.
that. Yeah.
Can't wait. Nice, Matt Black. I've always enjoyed Sly's work. Yeah, he's good. It says at least on the big screen, I have several of his movies and can never get enough Statham. LOL. Sarah says the British movies he's in are wonderful. He has a certain style about him. Melt. LOL. Because it's funny about the gold teeth being of wealth and power when dental experts talk about how that rots teeth away underneath. So then I wonder if they got gold tone dentures. Moronic trend. Gold fillings aren't nearly as bad as covering the teeth themselves. Yeah. Your silence is fine. I'm wordy. Much unlike this great comic, Sarah says. Matt Black says, and then one day something jumped up and bit me. Forrest Gump, 1967. Pagan gods are not horrific. It's how it's used that makes it positive or negative.
Yeah. I didn't mean anything.
I am pagan. Trust me on that. Yeah.
I didn't mean anything like offensive by it. Yeah. Yeah, they're right. It's like how they're used is what's.
Yeah. The Germans were looking for a supernatural edge at that point, anything that they could find to use against the Allies. I read that the old NVGs were red sight, and when used, the NAM troops could see demons, so they
That's the one.
changed to green light. Yeah.
Yes, that's
And it
the
solved the
story.
problem. Yeah.
That is the story I heard. Yeah.
I personally think it was just what they were smoking.
Yeah, I think you're
Matt Black.
probably right.
Because that was the problem. Yeah, but what if it wasn't? Anyway. It's not something I can really say out in the open these days in America right now, though. It's often got out of control here to be too open about a misunderstood spirituality. Yeah. Afraid it's that pendulum again. It's a nice explosion here.
It's like
It's a nice
the
page.
spirituality isn't the problem. Religion is.
Yeah.
The American in Vietnam used the what do you call it? The I forgot, lost the word. The I'll come back when I've got my head straight. I had the word and it's gone out of my head. Anyway, what they did, the Americans, was they heard that the Vietnamese believed in dragons, right?
Right.
Their culture and that sort of thing. They believed in dragons. So they and the Americans had this C-47 Dakota aircraft, and on one side, all the way down on one side of the aircraft, it was loaded with M60 machine guns. So there'd be about 20 of these machine guns on one side of the aircraft, and they would all fire down, and they would put something like, I read something, I'm sure it was something like, 60,000 rounds into a football-sized stadium, football field-size area in 2 minutes. And just chop everything up, and the Vietnamese used to call it the Dragon. This aircraft, they didn't know what it was. They called it the Dragon. So the Americans used to call it Puff the Magic Dragon after that song by Peter, Paul and Mary. And that's what they used. What they call it, superstition. That's it. The Vietnamese had a superstition that there are dragons. So they said, "Okay, here's one."
It's during that era that Puff the Magic Dragon meant something completely different.
Yes, I know. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Double whammy.
Well, there's a lot of that going around Nam also.
Yep. Perfect climate for growth, weed growth.
Yeah.
Weed.
This I love Crank and Crank 2. Ringtone he had in Crank is my ringtone. Oh yeah, I can agree with that. Sarah says. And I always say I would rather be a spiritual fruit than a religious nut.
Yeah.
You could have a shirt made on with that on it. Yeah.
That's good. I like that.
Good saying. LOL, Matt Black says.
Here's a piece of information that's useless but fascinating that I read about years ago. See those helicopters?
That sums up this show altogether.
Yeah.
See those helicopters on the bottom left there, right? And they're really tightly closed, and you think they're a bit close there. Well, I read an interview with a pilot, a Navy pilot in Vietnam, helicopter pilot. And he said that at night, on the night missions, they used to fly without the lights on because obviously they'd be shot at, and they used to fly in really, really tight formation, and they could see the other guy's instruments, and that's where they knew where they were with each other.
Good Lord!
They're traveling at 200 miles an hour over the jungle, 600 feet, really low.
Yeah.
And all you've got as a marker to where your buddies are is control panels. 10 feet away, below or above you, or whatever.
Bloody hell.
Imagine that's some flying, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sarah says, I literally get physically cornered where I live while at work. Someone even started praying over me in tongues. Oh, my goodness, Sarah. So sorry.
That sounds a bit dodgy, doesn't it?
So use it. My quote, she says. We'll quote you.
We occasionally get a Jehovah's Witness at the door.
Yeah, enough said.
That's for Sarah. Anyway.
Get some great angles on these faces, doesn't he?
Got to keep that page interesting. Yeah. Absolutely.
And the acting as well.
Yep.
It's great.
Matt says, well, I've always said that Navy pilots are the best, which is why in the RN we would say fly Navy.
Yeah.
Sarah says, yeah, it's bad with what's going on in this country, but I'll leave that there. Yeah, leave the politics be. Yay, the bell. Yeah, I actually didn't jump this time. LMAO. There you are. Yeah, well, I won't say anything political. I was just going to say it was something, but I won't. Anyway, let's see how the
I've been trying to hold back the whole show.
Yeah, there's no sense in it. Alienate less than half of our audience in a hurry.
It's kind of, I mean, it's kind of difficult to discuss a comic book like the NAM, with the subject matter being so divisive. Understandably so, too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That guy, bottom tier, left-hand page there in the middle, looks like Sergeant Fury, doesn't he? Leaping in, firing his gun.
Yeah.
Is it me, or is the main character visibly getting a bit older?
Could be just showing he's a little more experienced too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just looks a bit older than when he was at the beginning.
Well, I've known people that have that have like gone, into battle and come back, and they they look like they've aged quite a bit, and it's only been a few years.
Yep. Same with the presidents too.
Yeah. Yeah, if you look at Barack Obama, when he got the job, he looked quite young, didn't he? Now he looks really old.
Carter was also a big example of that.
A lot
He went
of
in
pressure
looking
there,
young,
maybe.
come out looking old. Yeah. Carter was under a lot of pressure, though. That's another story.
Well, kind of, he was president during a bad time, too.
Yep. Another one of those pendulum swings. So.
Oh, they're coming for me.
Is that the dog?
Is that the dog?
It's howling at the sirens.
You've got to get that on a meme somewhere, whatever it's called.
It's brilliant. We've got an alarm. We've got a siren alarm.
Yeah.
Has he got his legs crossed, Mitch? Is he desperate?
Call of the Wild. Another couple of great pages, like the face there, even though it's now we're getting dialogue heavy. You must have a real big story to tell in a hurry. That's what it looks like. Great panel here. Could be a splash page. Sarah says, I love that dog.
Woof.
I love that dog. The ones next door did the same thing. Just the same with the aging of the presidents, all minus the upcoming one. Gah. Getting away from my keyboard, LMAO. Look at that. Some open space here. Oh, and look at that over exaggeration on that last panel. Woof.
Yeah, I'm going to say, look at his neck.
That is Kurtzman right there. Harvey Kurtzman influence right there. Wow. That is amazing.
And the guy to the right looks like Will Smith, doesn't he? That's the kind of face he pulls.
A little bit. He looks a little obstinate, like he ain't taking that, what he's being yelled at for. But the paperwork flying and the electrical little icon working here, that's crazy compared to what we've been watching. That's like super over the top. What great stuff. It's dropped the hardcore exaggerated jaw there. It's just amazing. here too. The paperwork starts flying. He starts getting mad. Oh, he is mad. Look at that mouth. Just crazy exaggeration, like Jack Davis. Great stuff.
Okay, I'm back, guys. I had to.
Matt says, "How do you
So-
know Will Smith didn't take inspiration from this comic?" There you are.
Maybe he did.
Too true.
Yeah.
No, yeah, there was an ambulance driving by, and apparently it bothered him.
Yeah. That's all right. It's all part of the transparency.
Get that comic out of my mouth. Or out of your mouth.
There's nothing like having a 45-pound dog jump in your lap all of a sudden.
Oh, yeah. Running to the end, folks. Here we are. That's like a get out of my office gesture there.
And he's, as he knows, he's out of the panel, isn't it, again? On the top, other side, where he's pointing.
Oh, here, yeah.
He's already
He's
sort of
moving.
left. Yeah.
Yeah, he's showing he's moving out of that panel real fast. Yeah.
And a floating door in the middle.
Mm-hmm. It's good to, have a door frame and a door just sitting there ready to go. I guess there's only 4 issues in this book.
Oh.
Here we are.
Again, that cover there where he's firing that machine gun is very Harvey Kurtzman, isn't it?
It is. That's why I was saying. Very
Yeah.
much so. It's got that look. All of those covers are fantastic, though.
Yeah. That must be his homage to Kurtzman.
Yeah. Sarah says, yeah. Oh, no. Here we go. I had a blue healer, weighed the same. I thought she was a lapdog. Yeah, this is take him to the brig. That's what Matt Black says. She says, and yeah, leaping on me fast and and oomph. There's that golden mouth again. Interesting. Says, all right, that was the name.
How many volumes are there of this?
I don't know. I only have the first one.
Right.
So I'm not sure if there were more volumes. I would imagine it's all been collected. Probably a large omnibus available out there somewhere. Always check Amazon real fast. And see what's up. Under books. NAM 1, 3. Volume 2. There's a volume 2 available.
There's a volume 3 as well.
Yeah.
And it says here it was designed to last as long as the American involvement from 65 to 73,
Okay.
even though the first US serviceman to die, as I understand it, was 1963, but that's another story. I think he was just an advisor. I say just. But
Said Kennedy started that, right?
um,
Putting advisors in there.
no, I think it was Eisenhower was Nixon.
Eisenhower. Yeah.
Nixon were putting advisors, they call them.
Yeah.
And then Kennedy said that every US serviceman would be out by 1965. And 3 days after he 6 days after he published that, he was dead, and 7 days after, Johnson reversed it and put 5,000 troops in.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
and it's 61 years today since Lee Oswald was shot.
Yeah. 61 years.
Yeah.
That's how deep the deep state's gotten. Anyway. According to eBay, there are 84.
Wow.
Number 84 says the end. Yeah, 84 issues long. Thank you for sharing. I'm sure there's an omnibus, I would imagine, out there. This is the last comic. The NAM Comics number 84, The End, first print, VGC original owner. Oh, okay.
What's the price on them?
Tell us, Matt. Find it. Should check and see if there's a NAM omnibus. I'd be shocked if there wasn't, but I don't know, with the way Marvel doesn't like to reprint anything anymore. Anything good, that is. I know there weren't any essentials done on it.
He's got between £4 and £6, has he got? Or between 14 and £30, blimey.
No, there's no omnibus listed, it looks like.
Right.
All right. Well, there's a book that needs to stay in print, in my opinion, that they're just not doing, just on the quality of the work alone, let alone the subject matter.
Oh, 14 and £30. Wow. I've got a first few of them.
Yeah.
Are they worth anything or not?
All right. That's about an hour and a half, folks. We can call it.
Okay.
It's all good. Next
Good.
week, what are we looking at? No
I
idea.
have no idea.
Some
Okay.
black and white.
I'll tell you
Yeah.
this Friday, though. Friday at Comics by Night, we'll be looking at
Oh.
Blueberry
Ooh,
2.
Blueberry.
Oh, yeah.
Blueberry 2,
Blueberry 2.
excellent stuff.
Classic material. Probably the greatest comics, one of the greatest comics westerns, at least of all time, if
Mm.
not the greatest. Fantastic work, folks. That's on Comics by Night. Friday mornings at 5 a.m. Next Sunday, maybe. Let's what do you think? Comics?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Comics, the history of comic books in America.
Yeah. Could look
One
at
of my
that.
favorite reference materials, still pretty unmatched as far as getting the history down by Les Daniels. Goes all the way up through the 70s, I believe, maybe even the 80s, just a little. No, through the 70s. We're going to have to be careful with the underground material because it is
Yeah, most definitely.
unedited. Great stuff, though. Oh, it's a great. I turned it over right to a great bit of crumb that I should have opened it up to and showed you that it's pretty, I think, pretty safe. Nope. Yes, we'll be okay. Right there.
Dear, look at that.
Arnold, Arnold, you're drooling.
Look at her shoes. Look at her shoes. And those calves. What was it Ricky Gervais said about that? He said, high heels make your legs look slim. He said, no, they don't, girls.
Yeah. He's got big
like
shoes
John
on, though.
Scott.
He's got big shoes, and you know what that means.
Yeah.
He's a clown.
No, big socks.
It's a clown.
Big clown. Comics, the history of comic books in America, next Sunday, folks. A lot of great stuff covering a lot of great periods in comics. Lists the original comic code authority rules in it. It covers the Golden Age, ECs, the start of the Marvel Age, the Warren Black and Whites, and all the way through the underground movement of the late 60s, early
There'll be some
70s.
stuff for people to learn.
Be some great learning there. Good stuff. We'll look at it then. This is what part? Yep, still climbing here. See, this is the last comic. Said that from Matt. Between 14 and 30 pounds. Matt Black says about the NAM. This is the one we looked at being 14.99 pounds. Yeah, it's a good one. Matt says yes. Sarah says yes. I'm wanting to get the books that are going on the banned list. Yeah, from schools, etc. Oh, that's part of our history, whether or not we like it. Yep. Is that Charles Bronson on the cover? Not sure which cover.
On the cover of Blueberry.
Very cool look. Oh, that might be. I don't know. It'd be about that era. No, that's Blueberry there, but it does look like Charles Bronson.
It's not, but it's got the look.
It's not, but it does. Yeah.
He could have played him in the film, couldn't he?
Yeah, he could have. Should have.
We were robbed of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool book. Yes, the next one you're showing. There we are. LOL. OMG, the shoes. ROFL. That's epic. LMAO. Oh my God, a clown laughing so hard right now. There we are. So I would love to see the underground movement. Yeah, we're gonna have to be careful showing that off. So
nah,
some of
sorry,
that-
just
some of
show
that
it.
might not be
Age restricted,
100% there.
probably.
I don't know. They had this book at the library. That's where this came from. I'm pretty sure. No, it doesn't have the card in it. I've had them with cards in it in the past. I think this is the 4th or 5th copy of this book that I've had. Whenever I find them at shows, I buy them and give them to people. So, because it's that good. But yeah, Comics History, Comic Books in America by Les Daniels. Next week, folks. Friday morning, 9 a.m. Hope you're here for Sunday Funnies. We deeply appreciate everybody stopping by today. We know a lot of our viewers are after the fact, and that's fine. We love you too. We're glad you're here. Hit that like button, hit that love button. Let us know if there is anything out there that you want us to cover that we haven't covered already. We will be more than happy to take your suggestion under consideration and do our best to take a look at that. So, and we've been doing this for a couple of years now, though we're not monetized. We love doing it. We love looking at this stuff because it inspires us, and it gives us a topic to talk about other than silly politics. You know, everybody should have their favorite comics, especially if you're watching this program and if you love comics, tell people you love comics. There's way too much trolling out there in those antisocial platforms, and there needs to be more positivity, especially about this art form. Speaking of that, I saw a very great episode of Matt with 4 T's that he just posted yesterday that drew connections between Hayao Miyazaki and Mobius that were amazing. What a great channel he's got. That's Matt with 4 T's. He does comics history, and he does incredibly well-researched videos. He doesn't do them all the time. He's not on a regular schedule, but the stuff that he does is amazing. He did one on the Crow a few months back that was just phenomenal. Absolutely,
I see that
amazing.
one. That's my favorite
Phenomenal.
comic.
He told me stuff about, and I was working at Caliber at the time that the Crow was coming out. He told me stuff I didn't know. Obar and what was going on and stuff like that. Just an incredibly well researched and well done videos. Even if you don't like the subject matter, it's or not aware of the subject matter, he does a great job. I can't recommend his channel enough. I'd love to have him on here, just to cover the stuff that he's covered on his channel. It's great stuff. Again, folks, thanks so much for stopping by. Deeply appreciate you being here. We don't get paid for this. We do it because we love it. And we're part of the Indie Comics Network over on YouTube, Comic Book Black Belt YouTube channel, the Randy Zim YouTube channel. All has us archived over there. So go to those platforms, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications, and hope you stop by back by again real soon. Mitch, can you tell folks how they can find you?
Yes, you can find me at Linktree/Celtic Cross Studios, where you can find my website, my online store, my socials, which I need to update, and also my webcomics. Most of my work you can see for free at both Tapas, however you pronounce it, and Global Comics. So go take a look. I'm also revamping the website. I haven't really updated it as far as the layout and stuff in a few years, so I'm redoing that.
Great. Matt Black says, have you covered the Great British Commando comics, Randy? I don't think we have. We've done High Command, but one or two little strips out of Battle. I'm not quite sure exactly what you mean specifically. I do have great collection of Major Easy I keep wanting to bring up. That's very early work by Carlos Esquerra. Just great fun stuff. Yes, escapism from politics. Sarah says, great show. Sarah says, thank you so much. Russ, please tell folks how they can find you.
You can find me at russleach.com. The Atlantean issue 2 is in production. You'll be able to pick up issue 1 as well as issue 2 next year, 1st of March, when we go to crowdfunding for that project. I'm hoping that by then word of mouth will have got round and there'll be even more people eager to get themselves a copy. Review copies will go out as soon as I get some. You want to find out more about what's going on with that title, you just go to russleach.com and sign up for the email list there. And or you can get in touch with me through the social media connections. They're all there at russleach.com as well.
And we're hard at work right now on Atlantean 2. And it's going to be a great book. Atlantean 1 is at the printer. Can't wait to see that done. The print file on that looks amazing. Can't wait to see it. Glenn, tell folks how they can find you.
Yeah, I think Matt might be talking about that.
Oh,
check that
we
out.
might have to look at that. Wow, that's a thick book too.
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool.
And that's only got 12 of the stories in. This Commando, I think it's up to about issue 4,000 or 5,000. It's been going since the late 60s. It's got some fantastic artwork in.
Yeah. Is that the size it was originally printed at too, or is it?
No,
it's
it's little sort of A5 size, really tiny. I don't have any of those, but it's just incredible.
Oh,
I mean, I need to go through this, but it's got some great artwork in it.
Yeah, you're gonna have to set up your camera so that we can take a look at that. That's absolutely
amazing.
Fantastic. Yeah,
great.
I've got a couple of
great cover painting.
Yeah, I've got a couple of big collections of zombie stories and I think crime stories that are like that thick, that are oddball, alternative, independent productions.
Cam Kennedy's, I think it's his first comic work. I'm not sure was in Commando in about 1971. I think really good stuff. Really fantastic stuff. Worth looking at.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You can find me all over the planet. My DNA is everywhere. Anyway, the
probably not something you want to boast about, Glenn. Anyway,
a bit spraying.
We're not here to talk about our porn careers.
I'm going to spray my DNA far and wide.
Program. Oh, yeah. Yep.
You can find me on Amazon. All my 12 books are on there, plus magazines and stuff like that. But if you just Google my name, you'll find something. I'm not sure about films, but
Which will find your OnlyFans page, though.
I don't think you will.
You can look for it. Look for it all you want.
It looked for it, but it's not there. As far as I know, though, I was hijacked a few years ago, as you know. Anyway, yeah. If you go to Fund My Comic, you'll be able to get my Hatch annotated book, so check that out as well. But just Google my name and you'll find stuff.
One of these days, somebody's going to find all those old 8mm and post them online. We'll all be embarrassed. But anyway, here we go. Folks, I've been your host, Randy Zimmerman. You can find my work over at arrowcomics.store. You can find a wide variety of different stuff. I love to write comics, all sorts of different comics. And I also draw, but my stuff tends to be cartoony. I've got a few adventures of a angry little cartoon monkey over there. You can buy digital files in color. You can also get a copy of HeroBot Zero over there as well. A little 3-foot tall giant robot that likes to defend his city from large monsters as long as he gets paid. As long as he's on the clock and can get time and a half for overtime. There are lots of other titles over there too, and there are lots of other creators as well. Arrow Comics is really a collection of creators that help cross-promote their material as Arrow Comics, but every property there is owned by the creators. Arrow Comics really doesn't own any of it, but all of the creators do. And there is a wide variety of real top-notch quality work over there, and a lot more to come. So,
can I just say that
arrowcomics.store.
Sorry, I just looked at this Commando book, and it started in 1963, so that's 61 years of Commando comic, and it's up to about 4,000 or 5,000 issues now.
Fantastic.
Usually about 40. I think they're about 48 pages and little a smaller than a square.
Little digest-sized books.
Yeah, they're really
the size of the old Archie Digest, probably.
I used to buy them when I was a kid, Yeah, that kind of thing, yeah.
Only thinner, not quite as big a collection. Probably saddle stitched as well, very inexpensively produced.
They had I think they were square bound. They had one story per issue. And they'd be in the desert and the air and the sea, any different kind.
These little digest books, yeah.
Yeah, and I think they've also expanded now. I've not seen any for a long time, but I'm sure I saw some sort of Roman epic type of things, the Napoleonic War. They've expanded from the Second World War, to any war. So it wouldn't surprise me if there was a couple Vietnam episodes in there, but I've not seen those before.
Sounds like the Italian Brunelli books, like Dylan Dog and Nathan Never, that kind of stuff. Yeah. Gorgeous,
really good stuff.
Yeah, fantastic work. All right, folks. Again, thanks again for stopping by. Deeply appreciate you. We're here every Sunday morning, Sunday Funnies at the networks I mentioned before. We're also Friday mornings, Comics by Night, 5 a.m. Friday mornings. Everything's archived. Go over there and take a look. We've covered a wide range of comics. There's always more to learn, obviously. Never heard of this Commando book before, but it's definitely worth looking into. So much more coming up, folks. We've got some great stuff. John Sable ready to go. More Blueberry, more Western comics, some crime comics coming up real quick, and some great old crime comics coming up real quick. And we hope you'll stick around for the ride. Hit that like button. Let us know that we're appreciated. Tell your friends. So we can't have enough eyes looking at us. If you go through and you look at our viewership numbers, they can always be larger, always be bigger. And it's like whenever we have Wally Wood on it, it's twice as many as the episode before. So we deeply appreciate you all being here. Red Dress Press says, I learn something new about Glenn all the time. I usually learn it against my will.
Better than usually learning it up against the wall.
Matt Black says. Thanks, everybody, for being here. Deeply appreciate you. We will take our leave and see you on the next one. Go visit your local retailer, and don't be afraid to look at those boxes that haven't been looked at in a long time. There's so much great comic book work out there. You never know what you're going to find until you open it up and take a look. Such great material. Give comics away as gifts. It's hit that holiday season. So if you've got readers out there that aren't necessarily into sequential art, give them a little sequential art and give them the best, what you consider the best of the best. So there's
got to
a lot of
remember-
that
and you-
available out there.
And you've got to remember that we're here for a good time, not a long time.
That's true. That's true. Look over fundmycomic.com while I'm thinking about it. There's a lot of great campaigns over there that need attention and love. A lot of quality work over there for your entertainment. So in March, we'll have Atlantean 2 over there as well. So take care, everybody. We'll see everyone soon.
See you later.
Deeply
That's what done,
appreciate
yeah.
you being here. Sarah's still laughing. She says, Glenn, LMAO, Glenn.
Sarah!
Yes. Take care, everybody. Oh, it's time to what? Are we gonna? Can we ship our pants?
Do it.
Yeah.
Ship my pants? Right here? Ship my pants? You're kidding. You can ship your pants right here. You hear that? I can ship my pants for free.
Wow, I just may ship my pants.
Yeah, ship your pants. Billy, you can ship your pants too.
I can't wait to ship my pants, Dad.
I just shipped my pants, and it's very convenient.
Very convenient.
I just shipped my drawers.
I just shipped my nightie.
I just shipped my bed.
If you can't find what you're looking for in store, we'll find it at Kmart.com right now and ship it to you for free.
You
I
probably
just
can't.
shit my bed.
I'm pretty sure that chain is no longer in existence. So don't
great.
go to Kmart.com and try to ship your pants. I don't think it'll work.
Yeah, I was about to say, I mean, aren't they out of business?
That is the craziest thing I have ever seen. And I'm Dennis Quaid, and Dennis Quaid has seen some shit.
And it was this desire to lead in gumball innovation that would change everything forever.
What we were trying to do was make the gumballs more orange, but what we did instead was open a rift in the space-time continuum, unleashing a godlike entity. You know, it happened.
Only in America you could be called Paul Glub.
How many times a week do I eat butter sausage? I can't count that high.
I snap my fingers. You forget that you were ever gay.
I was never gay.
Exactly.
Wait, no, stop.
Yes.
No, stop. You can't. I was never gay.
Okay.
No, I was never gay.
Sure.
You can't just state something and snap your fingers and then be like, I was never gay.
You say so.
Taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit. Taste the honey sauce. Taste the goodness of the biscuit with the